Good evening, Eagles fans, and welcome to another electrifying edition of Eagles Insider. I'm your host, bringing you the latest from the heart of Philadelphia football. Picture this: it's a crisp fall day at Lincoln Financial Field, the crowd's chanting, "Fly Eagles Fly," echoing through the stands, and our birds are soaring high atop the NFC East. But wait, could a blockbuster trade be on the horizon to make this team even more unstoppable? That's the buzz today, folks, and we're diving right in with all the details, analysis, and what it could mean for Philly's Super Bowl dreams. Strap in, because this one's got twists, turns, and plenty of edge-rushing excitement. First off, let's set the scene. The Philadelphia Eagles are sitting pretty at 5-2, leading the pack in the NFC East, a division that's always a dogfight with those pesky rivals like the Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, and Washington Commanders. Remember, this is the NFC East, where grudges run deep. Think back to those epic battles with the Cowboys, like the body bag game in the 90s, or more recently, Jalen Hurts out-dueling Dak Prescott. Our Eagles have already notched some statement wins this season, beating the defending champs Kansas City Chiefs, the high-powered Los Angeles Rams, and the gritty Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's the kind of resume that screams contender. But no team's perfect, right? And if there's one glaring spot that's got fans and analysts scratching their heads, it's the pass rush. We're talking about getting after the quarterback, disrupting plays before they even start, that defensive magic that turns games around. Right now, the Eagles have just 11 sacks as a team through 7 games. That's more than only 4 other squads in the league. Yikes. Nobody's really stepping up big. Defensive lineman Moro Ojomo leads with, maybe a couple. It's slim pickings beyond that. Compare this to the glory days of Eagles defense, folks. Think about the legendary Reggie White, the Minister of Defense himself, who racked up 198 sacks in his Hall of Fame career, including 124 with Philly. Or Brian Dawkins, Weapon X, terrorizing quarterbacks with his blitzes. Even more recently, in that magical 2017 Super Bowl run, our first ever Lombardi Trophy, guys like Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham were beasts up front, sacking Tom Brady in the biggest game of all. That strip sack by Graham in Super Bowl 52? Iconic. It's stuff like that that fuels the passion in this city. Philly fans live for those moments, from the snowy miracle at the Meadowlands to Nick Foles' Philly special. But this year, the pass rush is a question mark, and with injuries nagging at the edge rushers, a position that was already iffy coming into the season, it's time to talk upgrades. Enter the latest trade proposal that's got everyone talking. The Eagles could snag Bradley Chubb, the $54 million pass rusher from the struggling Miami Dolphins. Yeah, you heard that right. Logan Ulrich over at NFL Trade Rumors floated this idea, suggesting Philly sends a 2026 fourth-round pick to Miami for Chubb. Now, the Dolphins are sitting at a dismal 1-6, their playoff hopes washed away like a South Beach tide. They're in full seller mode, shopping veterans left and right. And Chubb? He's a 2-time Pro Bowler, a reliable force off the edge in his 7-year career. Drafted 5th overall by the Denver Broncos back in 2018 out of NC State, where he was a dominant college star with 26 sacks. Chubb's got that explosive first step, those long arms to swat passes, and the motor that doesn't quit. He's battled some injuries, sure, like a torn ACL in 2019 and ankle issues, but when healthy, he's a game changer. This season alone, in just 7 games, he's tallied 20 tackles, 4 sacks, and 5 tackles for loss. Pro Football Focus credits him with 15 pressures. That's the kind of heat that makes quarterbacks sweat. Why does this make so much sense for the Eagles? Well, as Ulrich pointed out, adding Chubb fills a massive hole. Philly's been banged up at edge rusher, and it's tough to be a legit Super Bowl threat without that pressure up front. Remember, in today's NFL, championships are won in the trenches. Look at the Chiefs with Chris Jones or the 49ers with Nick Bosa. Elite pass rush is non-negotiable. Chubb could slide right in alongside guys like Josh Sweat or Nolan Smith, who's still developing after being a first-round pick in 2023. Imagine the rotation: Sweat on one side, Chubb on the other, with Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis clogging the middle. That's a nightmare for offenses. And here's the cherry on top. Chubb would reunite with our defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio. They spent 3 years together in Denver, where Chubb earned one of his Pro Bowls under Fangio's scheme. Fangio's all about that too-high safety look, zone coverages, and letting his front four eat without blitzing much. Chubb thrived in that, posting 12 sacks in 2021. It's a match made in football heaven. Let's break this down tactically, shall we? The Eagles' defense ranks near the bottom in sack percentage right now, around 5%, give or take, compared to league leaders like the Steelers at over 10%. Historically, Philly's best defenses, like the 1991 unit that led the league with 55 sacks, were built on relentless pressure. Reggie White had 21 that year alone. Fast forward to now, and our current stars could benefit big time. Take Jalen Hurts on the other side of the ball, our dual-threat quarterback who's thrown for over 1,500 yards already this season, with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith lighting up secondaries. Brown, the big-bodied receiver we traded for in 2022, has that Randy Moss-like ability to win jump balls, while Smith's route running is silky smooth, like a young Marvin Harrison. But to protect Hurts and give him time, the defense needs to step up. Injuries have hit hard, Brandon Graham's on the mend, and the depth's thin. Chubb, at 6 feet 4 inches and 268 pounds, brings that bend and power off the edge. His 4 sacks this year, that's already more than most Eagles edge rushers combined. Statistically, pairing him with our run defense, which is top 10 in yards allowed, could push us into elite territory. Now, let's imagine what the key players might say about this. Picture a post-practice chat with Howie Roseman, our wheeler-dealer GM who's no stranger to bold moves. Remember, he pulled off the A.J. Brown trade on draft night, flipped picks for Devonta Smith, and even snagged James Bradberry on a bargain. I can hear Howie now. Look, we're always looking to improve. Bradley's a proven vet, knows Vic's system inside out. If it makes us better for a playoff push, why not? Philly deserves another ring. Or Vic Fangio himself, the grizzled coordinator with over 30 years in the league. Bradley's got that dog in him, explosive, smart, fits our fronts perfectly. Reuniting. It's like old times in Denver, but with Philly's fire. And don't forget the fans. I caught up with a die-hard at a tailgate, fictional, but oh so real. Man, if we get Chubb, watch out NFC. Our pass rush has been sleepy, this wakes him up. Fly Eagles fly all the way to Vegas for the Super Bowl. Speaking of history, this trade vibe reminds me of past Eagles coups. Like when we grabbed Terrell Owens in 2004, sparking a Super Bowl run, or more recently, the Hasten Reddick edition in 2022 that netted 16 sacks. Roseman's aggressive style, he's made deadline deals in 4 of the last 5 years, fits Philly's blue-collar ethos. This city's all about grit, from Rocky Balboa training on the art museum steps to our undying love for the birds. Pop culture ties. Think Jason Kelce's legendary Super Bowl parade speech in that mummer's outfit. Pure Philly passion. Kelce, our retiring center who's now a podcast star with brother Travis, embodies the heart here. If Chubb joins, it boosts our chances against NFC beasts like the Vikings, who we're previewing on GMFB this week. That matchup. Hurts versus their secondary could be fireworks. Looking ahead, what could this mean? If the trade goes down before the deadline, it catapults the Eagles' Super Bowl odds. We're already plus 800 or so, but with a bolstered pass rush, watch that drop to plus 500. Implications for the season. Better third down stops, more turnovers, easier paths in the playoffs. Imagine facing the Cowboys in January, Chubb sacking Prescott, the link erupting. Predictions. I see us finishing 13-4, clinching the division, and making a deep run. But if not Chubb, Roseman might eye others. He's crafty like that. Long-term, it sets up the draft, saving high picks for offensive line depth, keeping the legacy alive from Donovan McNabb's era to now. Alright, Eagles Nation, that's the scoop on this tantalizing trade proposal. Whether it happens or not, one thing's for sure, Philly football is alive and thriving. Tune in this Sunday for the Vikings clash. Kickoff at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Grab your green gear, fire up the grill, and let's keep soaring. What do you think? Should Howie pull the trigger? Hit us up in the comments. Until next time, fly Eagles fly.